Hello everyone and welcome to this eCognition Deconstructed video, and today we're gonna have a look at the assign layer alias algorithm. What does it do? This algorithm assigns layer aliases to multiple image layers. Why do you want to do it? Because your rule set and your project becomes easy to understand. Instead of layer 1, you can rename the alias to, for example, blue, so you know layer 1 is your blue layer based on the wavelength. It also improves automation. If you put this algorithm, for example, at the beginning of a rule set, you don't have to think about renaming the aliases. It's automatically done if you're executing this process. Finally, it facilitates transferability. Let's assume you're sharing a rule set with your colleague and your colleague is using different aliases. It makes sense to put this process at the beginning of a rule set, so it renames the aliases to the way they are used in the rule set. And I'm going to show you a good example for the last point here, facilitating transferability. Let's right away have a look at an example. So I opened eCognition. Now I'm going to drag and drop one of the files in the dataset folder. So we have two, Google Earth screenshot 1 and 2. And what we want to do is, I created a rule set to extract the Earth, or to delineate the Earth. And when you load an image, the layer aliases, you're going to see them here if you're in the rule set development layout. By default, they're named layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and so on, based on the loading order of your files and also how the file is structured, right? What you can do is actually you can rename the aliases here, rename this one to blue, if this is the blue alias, and then you right away see that this is the one. So that's a way to do it manually. You also, if you're in the workspace and you create a customized import, for example, you also can define the layer aliases there right away, so they are created or updated during import and creation of the project. Okay, one more tool that I want to show you how to manage your layer aliases in eCognition. If you go to Process, Edit Aliases, and then Image Layer Aliases, this will open the Manage Aliases for Layers window. And here you actually see which layers are connected to which aliases. So you see all the aliases on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side the corresponding layers. And here you actually can manage your aliases, you can assign layers to those, you can rename them, you can add or remove them, and so on. But let's again have a look at our project. I only loaded an image that you see here, and I've created a rule set. Let's load that rule set. You're also going to find it in the data folder. It's called Delineate Earth Rule Set. And that's a rule set which tries to delineate Earth, to discriminate Earth from the background, the space. Let's try and run that. All right, it instantly throws me an error message that it finds an error. Here, no valid image layer selected. Process, edge difference, split blue, blah, blah. Okay, let's have a look at this one. So it has an issue in this process definition. And what I see here, I'm using the contrast split segmentation algorithm, and image layer here is blue. So when I created this rule set, I defined this alias to the layer blue, and now the rule set is looking for blue. It doesn't find blue because we have the default naming here. To overcome this issue, again, first of all, you can do it manually, rename the aliases. Second of all, you could do it while import right away, or using this algorithm that we are talking about today, the assign layer alias algorithm. I'm quickly gonna remove the rule set and load another one where I've added this actually. Delete rule set. And now I'm gonna load the other rule set that is provided, which is called assign layer alias rule set. Open that one, and you see it's exactly the same rule set, but one exception is this process here, which is called assign layer alias. Let's open this one, and you see we use the algorithm assign layer alias, and what it's allowing you to do is rename your aliases. So layer 1 in our project is called layer 1. Rename it to red. Layer 2, rename it to green. Layer 3 to blue. And actually, if you have more layers, you simply can go ahead here, and rename those layer 1 to test. Doesn't make sense, it would overwrite the previous one. And running this before the rule set, first gonna rename the aliases automatically, and then it should run. So let's run the whole thing and see if it works. Right, so it did something, and you see the layer aliases are renamed here based on this process here where we use our algorithm. And this makes the rule set now transferable. Let's simply open the second image. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm closing the first one and I'm simply going to drag and drop the other image. All right. Now you see we do have another project. Let's go into the second layout, rule set development layout, and I'm gonna load the rule set again that is called assign layer alias. And you see the aliases are not renamed yet, but again it's a different image and the rule set's gonna work because we are taking care of the aliases at the beginning. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Be aware of the fact that if you're sharing rule sets, most of the time if it doesn't run on another machine, it probably has to do with the layer aliases. Because they're not renamed correctly, the data is just loaded and then it's looking for red 2 or something, and the aliases are not renamed. If you're using this algorithm, you're gonna overcome this issue. Try it, enjoy it, and have a great day. Bye bye.